Hey everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost, and today we're using up our book pages to turn some of these ugly buttons into these cutie pies. So stay tuned, here we go. Okay, basically what we're going to do, I'm going to show you two different techniques, but let me show you some up close and personals of these dunsies. Cute, huh? And he came from a botanical illustration page. Here's just regular font print with a little tie. Oh, getting chatty, hang on. And we're back. And then there's this little one. And this guy. And he's been colored copper on the sides. And this guy, he has a little copper thread running through him, really cute, and inked around the edges. And then we have these two, which are what to do if you don't have any buttons. You can still make button-like things, okay, with your book pages. So let's go through. Maybe I'm going to leave this here so you can see better. Okay, so I just picked out some random buttons, and I was experimenting this morning with different shapes and stuff like that. And what I wanted to do was, I think most people will probably have a 1-inch hole punch. If not, it's a really good investment to get. You're going to use this a million times over in your crafting. And here we go. And we're back. Okay, so let me just show you the papers that I have. Our random stash of book pages, something like this I'm going to use. And let's try just regular white font. That's always a good starter place. And I'm just going to punch out a couple circles so we have something to use, you know. All right, so these are just like little nondescript fonts, but kind of cute, interesting. And first of all, let's see if I have one that's exactly the size. Not so much. Well, this one, let me just show you the example. This button happened to be the exact size of the 1-inch buttonhole cutter. So I thought, okay, well that worked out perfectly. But what if your buttons are not exactly 1-inch size? How are they going to turn out? Well, I found out they actually still turn out kind of cute. Let's use this really god-awful green one. And what I did, it's a very simple process. Okay, here we go. Here comes the rocket science. Ready? This is Mod Podge. You can probably use Elmer's glue or any white glue would be fine. I'm going to use my finger tool, and I'm just going to put a little in here. Probably put a little too much, but that's okay. It dries pretty fast. Okay, and I'm going to use the finger tool to pick up the circle and shove it in there. She said, delicately, gingerly. And as it's drying, you can kind of mold it to the shape of the button. And some buttons are obviously fatter or thinner than others. If you want to use them inside your journals, I lean towards the thinner ones, maybe something like this. But if you have a fatter one, you could use it on the cover of your journal or as a book dangle coming down the side for some spine jewelry. So no button should be ignored. There's possibilities for all of them out there. All right. So I've just molded that little puppy in there, and there he is, all tucked in there. Looking pretty cute. I'll just leave that as is. All right, so now I'm going to take my finger tool again, apply the Mod Podge. What are you digging in? That's not for you. And mush it on top. And basically what we're doing at this time is we're sealing it. Okay? And you can just mush it around, and that'll make it take the shape even more. Tear potential is low because you're just pushing down on it. Okay, and what could we do next? Okay, well, so that's basically I'm just going to show you the basic construction first, and then we'll decorate later. So I'll just show you a bunch of them. Okay, so here's a weird bumpy one. He's kind of got a bumpy face. That's coming at you. Let's see how this one goes. Okay, just a little bit. Remember, a little goes a long way with the glue, but this one you're going to do just like 1.5 times the amount of glue you're going to use for regular gluing stuff. This one is bigger than the button, and it has a bump. So let's see how this goes. All right. And the molding is happening. Paper is getting wet. Okay, now it's starting to grab. You go through this like almost like a wait phase, and then all of a sudden it starts to stick. Okay, and sometimes you need a little more glue, and that's okay, because we're going to put glue on top of it to seal it. Probably used a little bit too much there, but that's all right. Take a little off and go around and around and start to get the shape. Okay. And as it dries, it will adhere to the button. There we go. Yeah. A lot of finger tools being used today. All right. And we'll just let that one dry a little bit. And yes, I am going to poke the holes in them so they will look more like buttons, but I'm going to do that when the glue dries. So, and it doesn't take long to dry. That'll happen while we're doing this. All right, so let's use some different book pages so you can get some different ideas. How about some pretty Edith Holden font? That's always pretty. Let's cut out a couple of those. And good. All right. Here we go. A couple of those. And let's pick our buttons. How about this button? Nice flatty flat flat. Actually, I'm going to put the flatty flat flat side so that's down so you can stick that on the journal. And I'm going to adhere my little finger tool glue onto the slightly raised side. I could use my finger tool to pick up the thing. Oh yeah, this is exactly the right size. Okay. There is no right or wrong because, like I said, it's going to work whether your buttons are a little too big or a little too small for your 1 inch. And you can get like different size circle cutters, of course, but just to keep it simple, I wanted to see what would happen if we tried it all with the 1 inch circle punch and see what we would come up with. All right, this is adhering very nicely, and we are adhered. There we go. It happens pretty fast. Little glue pieces everywhere, but they sort of roll off. And then you're going to take that finger tool again. You can use a brush, obviously, or a makeup sponge or something like that, but I like to get in there with it, you know what I mean? And then I can feel all the little edges and make sure it's all glued down really nice. Okay, there. All glued. All right, we'll let you dry. All right, let's try, what else we have here? Look at me some, oh, I have this paper, and I thought this would be kind of fun to cut out some numbers and see how that turns out. It's a book page from a Sears catalog, one of the reproduction ones, I think. Okay, so we have that. And what about this guy? Yeah, you've got an interesting little edge on you, little button. Let's see how you go. Nice flat on the back. Finger tool, spreading. Got to get the base all nice and spread. Finger tool, placing, gluing. Just a little more for what, you know, to kind of give it something to grab and mold with. And just go around. Let it take on the shape of what is there. You know, this would be pretty with napkins too. You get some really pretty prints on napkins. But that will be for another video. Okay. All right, here we're taking on the edging there. All right, little fingernail tool here, going around to give it the little hug. Okay, so we'd say we got that one pretty good. All glued on there. What do you, oh, it's stuck to my finger. Okay, so see, I mean, see how fast these are coming together? Very easy. And this was a smaller one. I thought this was the really ugly button. It looks like a piece of gum somebody chewed and spit it out. We're going to cover you in something prettier. All right, and I've still got that little piece of illustration page going on here, so why don't we make one of those? Here, I'm just going to cut out one. Boop, very easy. And I'm going to put a little doodad on there. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Oh, he's kind of pretty on that side. Yeah, that's the side. And much bigger, obviously, than my button, so let's see how this goes. I think I'm going to put a little glue around the side to give this something to grab onto. All right. molding, molding. Takes a second, don't give up. It will grab. When it doesn't grab, it's either too wet or too dry. So, and I think I've got enough in there, so. All right. Okay. So I'd say that's pretty grabbed. You can go around and just keep nudging it with your fingers. That'll give it more grab and more grab. See? Very cute, huh? Okay, I'm just going to put a little on top to give him a nice smooth finish. All right, he's going to go over there with the drying ones. Let's put you little soldiers all in a row so I know where you are. Because I tend to lose things on the table here sometimes. All right, so, okay, I think that's enough examples of those. And then I'd like to show you an example of the, if you don't have any buttons and you want, or maybe you want flatter ones so that they're very easy to use in your journals. We're just going to make some out of some cardstock, or actually we're going to make them out of junk mail and book pages. So I just got this piece of direct mail, and let's just punch out a bunch of these. And this is kind of like a medium thickness. I don't know how to describe it, but you know, what I found myself, because that's the only person here, is that I liked 3 to give me the thickness that I wanted. And this is 1, and it's fine. Nothing wrong with it. It would adhere to the page and everything. But for some reason, 3 felt more like a button. You know what I mean? It had a little girth to it. So we're going to use the very expensive finger tool again. And we are going to put a little bit of glue. Grab your next piece, which happens to magically fit. A little bit of glue. Next piece. A little bit of glue. Oh, maybe a little more glue because we're going to be gluing our paste on. And then, okay, we've got this, what did I didn't, okay, I got Edith Holden right here. How about that? So we glue those 3 together, and then I'm just going to put a little on the top. And these are all going to magically fit exactly because they're all 1 inch. And I would just recommend squashing it a little bit and then aligning it and smoothing, realigning because things shift a little bit, and then go around your edges so they're sealed, and then put that off to the side to dry. Okay, so now we're next to the pokey holey part. So let's do that. I have 2 darning needles here, and this is a great craft supply. If you don't have these, you can get these at Walmart. They're really inexpensive. And these are 2 different thicknesses, and I brought those out because I didn't know how thick the holes were going to be. And you can do this 2 ways. If you're using actual buttons, I would say using the pin method is the easiest way to poke the holes. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. Here's a little tip. You can go from the back, because you can see where the holes are. Okay, but then you come around to the front and you do it again, because that kind of helps the paper go back inside. Or at least you can see now where the holes are, and you can re-punch holes. And then you got your holes. See the holes? That way. There they are. See the color through? Yep, okay. All right, so let's just punch these that we did, looking. Or you could just pot shot it and find 1 hole and kind of sort of figure out where the other holes are from that hole. This is a 4-hole guy. Let's just focus. There. 4-hole. There we go. Okay. And I think they look cute just like that. If you didn't do anything else to it, I think that's totally adorable. But we can keep going from there. And what's he, a 2-hole guy? Okay, we'll just, yeah, there we go. Sort of when you get rolling with it, it's easier to figure out. And this is a pretty fat darning needle, and you can even make the holes more pronounced by doing the roly-poly, like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, now, who needs to, here you go. Yep, 2 in here. 1 and 2. Roundy, roundy, round. Roundy, roundy, round. Mush, double check. Roundy, roundy, round. And roundy, roundy, round. There, that seems to do it pretty good. All right, so we have those guys. And you're a dunce. You were previously done. Get back over there. All right, you're not involved in this party. Go over there. Okay. Oh, we have one more. I thought we had one more. Okay, this guy. 2. Nope. 2. Yeah. Okay, there we go. And no. Yep. All right. Okay. Thought I was going to have to go from the back, but I finally figured it out. Okay. So let's say you've done these and you say, hey, that's great, but I would like a little more emphasis. Like, see how this one has some pink around the tiny holes and some pink around the edges? Let's do that with some, well, let's do it with brown. How about that? Okay, so obviously, let me do the middle holes. The trick to getting the middle holes brown is your darning needle yet again. What you do is you just take an ink pad and you kind of roll it back and forth in the ink pad. And you see how that sort of picks up some ink? Okay, then when you come through here and you kind of do the roundy dance again, because that helps spread the ink. Yeah. See how that kind of gets it on the edges? Amplifies the border a little bit. And all right, roundy. There we go. All right. See that? They're a little more emphasized now. And then of course, you can go around and ink the edges just to give it a little, aging, antiquing. Okay, got that. And if your hole kind of closes up a bit before your glue totally hardens, I would just go and re-round the roundy. So there we go. Isn't that cute? That is so cute. Isn't that cute? Okay. Could you see that well? Okay. All right. So that's those, and that's how you can emphasize the holes and the edges. Some of them may have edges that are bigger than your piece of book page. So you may want to leave it and you say, hey, I like green. That's okay. You can totally leave that. Or if you say, hey, I'm not really keen on that color of green, and maybe I want to make it copper. So you can pull out some of this stuff. This is, it's basically wax, colored wax. It smells like orange essence. It smells so good. It's probably not good for you to inhale though. So you can go around and give it a little bit of, okay, and we see that. Finger tools always seem so much better all the time. This is probably highly toxic and you shouldn't touch it, so don't do as I show. I recommend using full face mask, gloves, hazard suit, right? Got that? Okay. Now, I don't know. I'm not too worried about this stuff myself, but I'm going to take one for the team here and try it. So there you go. Now all of a sudden you've got this cute little copper paper button. And I think, you know what? I haven't tried this on here to do the little holy rounds. Let's try that. This is live on air experimental time. Okay. Yeah, I got a little emphasis there, I would say. There. So that shows up a little more. Or you could do black or whatever you find interesting. Okay, so we have those. Okay, so let's put the dunsies here that we did today so you can see them. Now, the other thing we can use, you probably want to keep a baby wipe handy so that you can salvage your needle and get all the ink off it so it's ready for its next bit of business. Okay, there we go. Cleaning the fingers. I had my hands all so nice and clean for you guys today too. Oh well, you know how it goes. Okay, so now there's this little guy, and I think I like him just the way he is. I'm not going to put any edging on him or anything, but I maybe want to give him some string or something like that. Maybe he would like a little string. Now here is the, hang on. Okay, I got some embroidery floss and I thought I would try and string this through here, and I'm going to give you one tip on the stringing. You can of course use needle and thread, but if you want to skip that part, then sometimes the embroidery thread is thick enough that it will just go through on its own. So let's see how we do. Oh, yep, we're through. Yay! And it's thick enough so you only have to go through once. You don't have to sew it a bunch of times. You know what I mean? And just want to make sure your end is nice and straight, so it'll make it through. Okay. Now, what is nice about this is that looks cute on the front, right? The little thread in there. And you can tie the knot on the back. The thing about the knot is it's going to make your buttons stand up a little against whatever it is. So there's going to be a bump back there. So if you don't want the bump, then do this. Basically, you're just going to tie it on the front instead, and that gets rid of the bump in the back. So if you like that look, that was me licking the thread, sorry. Used to see my mom do that. Okay, all right. So now we're just going to do a little tie. And you can do double tie so it doesn't come out, or you can do one tie and just dab a little glue on it. Either is fine. And you can do them as short or as long. You could like hang little dangles from them, which would look cute. You can hang some little beads on here, or you can just trim it off short. And then you've got this little gizmo. Yeah, it's kind of cute, right? Doesn't look anything like his former self. Okay, it's like makeup for buttons. All right. Okay. Okay. Did we make these yet? I think yes. Yes, we did make those. Okay. And so we made that one. We showed you that. Oh, no, we didn't. I didn't poke the holes. Oh, I wanted to show you this. That's what it was. I think I showed this the other day, but this is a hole puncher, but it's a small little point. See the little tiny point on it? I don't know what you call this one. Oh, a 1/16. It's a 1/16. I got this at a used craft show, there was like a blowout sale, and it's great for cutting through the thicker cardboard. You can do this with the needle, but it's a little harder. So if you're going to do that, you might want to look around for one of these just to make your life a little easier. It does take a little bit of a oomph to get through it, but once you're through, all is good. All right. Yep. Okay. And where's my little happy? Okay, so I've got the holes. Roundy round. Roundy round. Got those. Okay, so let's do this one in blue, just so we're doing something unique with each one of these. Okay, let me try this with the blue ink and see what that looks like. Come on, blue ink. Are you on there? Some of these are getting a little dry on me. All right, yeah, I think I see some on there. Okay, here we go. Around, emphasizing. Yep. Okay. I can see the blue on there. See that? Boop. Yep, okay. Try it again. Yeah, I can see it on my thing, my needle. Excuse lawn guy is outside today doing the lawn thing. It's actually my neighbor's lawn guy. My guy comes, I think, Wednesday, so kind of try and video when he's not here. Okay, there we go. We got those two, very easy. And then we're just going to ink up the edges just to give it a little emphasis. Okay. A little more. Okay. The Mod Podge, there, I'm just going to make it, I like it a little more covered than that. There we go. So this is more of a blue one. See? There you go. Isn't that cute? Okay, so there you have your, where is my cap? Okay, so you have your faux buttons with just holes punched. Where's the other one? Where's the other? There it is. Or you can put strings through or just leave them as is. You can do single direct mailer card, or you can do threesies. I like threesies myself, just for personal preference. You can thread or not thread. You can emphasize the holes, not emphasize holes. You can do a million things to these. So, but this is a cute way to make some buttons with book pages. And now here are actual buttons. Let me see if I can put all these here so you can see them. I'll give you the little tour, the grand tour at the end, the big shoe. All right, so there you go. Very easy, very fun. Another way to use up your book pages. Hope you liked it. Please like, subscribe, and share. And please feel free to check out my Etsy shop for any journals you might find of interest. And I will see you back at the Happy Camp here very soon. Happy crafting, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.